For those that missed this hangout or this webinar, you missed it because you should have been here live. But we are going to record it, and we're going to try to make it available for those that ask for it. We're going to be sharing a couple of things around 5 areas that we feel, or that we know actually, are going to give you an immediate change right now. Okay? Change. That's what it's all about. Because you could be happy where you are, but there's always room for improvement, right? And since we're all in this team here, it's going to be business related, but these are going to be principles that you can use in any facet of your life. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody out. Uh, if it's that important, just hit your space bar to unmute. And I'm going to invite Mr. X. He's a good friend of mine that I've had the pleasure of meeting a few years back. True story, we were in another program concurrently at the same time and had no idea that we were both there. We were in the same room at one point in time backstage and had no idea. And it's funny how things happen in life that we just kind of went through all of these changes and we wound up here today. So my friend's name, I'll give you his first name, and he's allowed me to do this. His name is John, okay? And we'll call him John. I got a few other words I can call him, but no, I'm kidding. John is, he's been an incredible leader in this industry. He's done some big numbers, and he has done some things in his life and some transformative things in his life that he's going to share with us on exactly what he did or how he did it to put ourselves in that exact quantum moment so that we can experience the same level of transformation, you know. So let me go ahead and unmute you. Come on, unmute. There you go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Are you there, sir?
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear John, everybody. Awesome. Well, John, we've been talking for a little bit, and it was your idea to put this little shindig together after I actually asked. I said, hey, man, what's the best way to get some of your experience and wisdom and share it with the masses, right? And you said, well, let's just do an impromptu webinar. And I asked when, and you said, well, shoot, I'm on vacation. Let's do it now. I can grab my phone and dial in. So I know you're not a fly by the seat of the pants kind of guy, but you are a spontaneous, powerful individual. So that's why it's, 5 o'clock Eastern or 6 o'clock Eastern, and we're on this call. For those that didn't make it, that's okay. We're going to help you hit that transformation so you can do what you want to do and not have to be beholden to a job or rush hour traffic or having to do something where you actually control your life. So, John, take it away. I'm going to just turn this over to you. You can share what you want to share. And I'm taking notes, brother.
All right, buddy. Welcome, everybody. And again, I want to congratulate you and also say thank you for the intention for being on this call, because that is the most powerful part of this entire scenario. And please realize I normally charge $25,000 for an 8-hour session. And this is going to just be a general overview, but I'm going to make it enough to where it'll make sense so you actually can walk away with something and physically use it today to get the results that you're looking to do, and actually get evidence that the thing that you are thinking about will actually start materializing. Because trust me when I say physics trumps chemistry, you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about and why it looks like magic. This is what super producers have been doing for decades. All of the people that parade across the stage, all these big titles that you hear about, they try to make it sound like it's absolutely over the top. Oh my God, it's great. But then when you actually get down to the brass tacks, there's only a handful of things that you got to do. And it's super simple, but we as a human species have overcomplicated a simple process. And one is to use our common sense, which is very uncommon nowadays. So with that being said, again, I just want to say congratulations for taking the time out of your busy schedule to stop by and literally just be in the moment so you can actually receive something that might be a benefit to you. And like Paul was saying at the beginning of the call, and it was funny, that guy said it was a rock. Yes, it's a rock, but like he was saying, it's symbols. So if you know that it's carbon, how many electrons are in a carbon atom? The reason why I'm asking that, once you break something down to its simplest form, and we'll do a little bit of science, and then I'll kind of get into the whole, I don't want to go woo-woo on you. I just want to literally give you something so you can actually think about it. Everybody's in this company and they're focused on going diamond. My question is, what if you knew you were already a diamond? The follow-up question would be, what color of diamond would that be? See, that's where a lot of people fall down. They get so fixated on a certain level that they forget to see past that to what is actually possible. So now once you see what is actually possible, you know you're already a diamond and you believe it, because I'm agreeing with you. And I asked Paulie to literally invite people that are diamond caliber or diamond and above to this call, because like I said, I'm on vacation and I'm getting ready to meet with I don't know how you pronounce his name, but your Crown Ambassador for Valentis here in just a minute, literally right around the corner here at this Flaming Fajitas thing. But anyways, that's another story. And we're going to be discussing some really high level quantum stuff that I'm actually taking to the market through Facebook and through the Department of Defense. So please hear me when I say this. I really want you to get this, because if you actually get it, I'm going to break it down into the basic fundamentals. And of course, it's going to be a 50,000 foot overview. And to show you that this stuff works, not only am I going to explain it, but I'm going to give you kind of like proof, because you're like, okay, great. There's some dude talking on the phone. He's got a Southern drawl. I understand the stereotype, and that's my coup de grace. Everybody thinks that I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, but don't play me in chess. Let's put it that way. Anyways, besides that, what I'm getting at is, if you knew that you were a diamond, I asked the question of what color diamond would you be? So in this case, do you see yourself resonating as a blue diamond, a black diamond? Or what if you just say, you know what, I'm magnificent, I'm a royal. So if you knew that you were a royal diamond or a black diamond, what would that look like? How many of you have physically taken the time to actually ponder that and say, okay, if I was a black diamond right now and at 7:15 tomorrow morning, what would my life look like? And please hear me when I say this, because I know it's going to sound super basic, but there's a lot of advanced science that goes into this very basic scenario. When you literally get to the point of getting crystal clear on exactly what, let's say, going black diamond looks to you. Now, a lot of you, the first question is how? Don't worry about the how. That's the part that always trips people up. Your question should be, why am I a black diamond? Being a black diamond means what? If you don't know what a black diamond is, the very first thing you should probably do is, hey, what's a black diamond? Don't get caught up in how many products, what's the product, this, that, and other. You know, I'm actually flying when I leave here tomorrow to go meet Paulie over in Memphis at Benihana's to actually see what you guys got. And I'm already getting started with the business. So it has nothing to do with the product. It's the atmosphere and the environment that you create yourself, so that way it matches what you're looking to do. I didn't know anything about the #1 earner in this company, and I didn't know that he was in Henderson, but I just had a phone call with him just a second ago, and now we're getting ready to do supper. Why? I hope we're all adults. We're just going to shoot the shit. I mean, literally, that's all we're going to do. But shooting that kind of breeze across the table at one another, discussing things, actually leads where two people come together, a third thing is birth. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you create the environment of, you knew exactly what a blue diamond, a royal diamond, or a black diamond, or something better, but let's just keep it real. We're all talking about going diamond to diamond, diamond, to the point where we've made it such this long off, drug out ordeal that, oh God, if I could ever get to diamond, oh my goodness, if I could just hit emerald, I'd be satisfied. No. Assume that you're a diamond right now, and then say, okay, now that I'm a diamond, now, did you hear that? Now that I'm a diamond, regardless if the check's there, the volume's there, any of that, you're carbon. So you're a diamond. Don't believe me? Die, and I'll show your people what you turn into when I send you over to Japan. There's a company already doing that, and there's one in Canada that just launched. You can save your fingernails and create your own personal diamond if you want to. I mean, for heaven's sakes. But now when you literally get to the point of, you know what a black diamond is, what does that mean to you? I know what it means to me, but you've got to know what it means for yourself. What I mean by that is right down to the final details of, do you have breakfast in bed? If so, what's for breakfast? Are you in the same house? If so, which house? Do you have multiple houses? You got to be very specific. The reason why you want to be specific is now you'll know what success looks like when it starts showing up. Most people, they get in these type of businesses and they go, I'm going to go diamond. And they do the whole rah-rah pitch and go hit every damn call that they could possibly get on. And at the end of the day, you know what they do? They're in study mode. They ain't showed nothing to nobody. And if they did, they got that no that made them go back into study mode. How do I know? I'm guilty of sin when it comes to that. That was my early days before I got to meet my first mentors, Dexter Yeager, Billy Florence, George Lane, those types of people. And they showed me it isn't anything to do with the product. It has nothing to do with the company. It has everything to do with the internalization of what you believe and what you're doing. So if you see yourself as a diamond, I ask you, which color diamond? Now it assumes that you're already a diamond because your body doesn't know if it's a lie or not, because you're now assuming, okay, I'm a diamond, what color diamond? So it automatically assumes that you're a diamond. Have you ever heard the term God cannot be mocked? Okay, if you already acknowledge yourself as a diamond and act as if, and you're saying, well, I see myself as a black diamond, guess what? It will move all the small particles called quantum superpositioning. It literally will start rearranging itself. And I've seen it happen literally in 72 hours. I've had individuals come over to my house and do exactly what I'm asking you to do, because most people don't do that. If they do it, here's the big fatal flaw that they forget to do about it. If you went and actually spent 24 of the next 72 hours creating your perfect day, you know what most people would do? They'd file it away. You know what a smart, wise person would do? They would go share it with everybody they possibly could. You know why? Because you're giving them permission to dream again. Now, are you selling a company? Are you moving any coffee? No. You're selling yourself because you're like, hey guys, read this. Put it on a blog, do a video, share it with the world. I don't care if it's one person sees it or 1 million people sees it. Where 2 or more are gathered, I could show you mathematically that where you put 2 or 3 people together, you get an 8-fold return of energy output and input. If you knew that a human body has about 100 trillion cells and each cell is producing 1.4 volts of electricity, what are you doing with that 100 trillion volts of electricity? Did you know you can discharge it 2 really cool ways? You can either do it very happily or you can do it through righteous anger. And guess what? It's real easy for people to be angry righteously than it is to be happy. How do I know? Look at the world. Just look around. I've come from Myrtle Beach to Memphis to Birmingham to Little Rock to Dallas to Phoenix to Vegas, and now I'm going back to Memphis. Got to go to California, then to Costa Rica, and then to Cabo. You know what I'm planning on seeing? Peace. You know why? Because that's what I'm expecting. That's the key word. I'm expecting to find peace, and I'm expecting to have people come to me that is looking to do business with me regardless of what I'm looking at selling. I don't sell coffee. I'm not even selling an app when I go talk to Facebook headquarters. I'm talking to them. I'm going to be talking to Mark Zuckerberg over a sub sandwich. Why? Because I took the time to find out that he likes to eat at Subway. Most people don't know that. You might love him, you might hate him. So what? He's got 3.5 billion people that I could possibly move something to. So what if I befriend somebody? Well, I've already befriended him, but what if now I go and say, hey, look, Mark, how about you take a position? I know you don't need any extra money, but just do me a favor and just fire this out. That's how you do it. So how did I do that? 3 months ago, before I met this whole organization with Valentus, and I haven't gotten really started with it yet. I'm actually working on a next level quantum virtual reality app, which we're going to be kind of giving you the shell of it, so that way it'll help you guys go faster. Since I'm going to probably be selling it for $50 billion to Facebook, I might as well create a Crown Ambassadorship on the side as passive residual income before my next entrepreneurial experience. So now, why would you want to create your perfect day to the point where you knew every aspect of what it's going to look like, feel like, who you're with? I would highly suggest that you have about 20 to 40 people that you create yourself, whether you know them now or you're going to know them. How do you know you're going to know them? Because during your little write-up or your video, you describe your perfect person that you want to hang out with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Why is that? Because when you get super phenomenally rich, you don't want to be hanging around the 80%ers. I promise you. Why? Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do? They will drive you freaking nuts. And of course, being rich, you're going to be compassionate and you're going to be kinder. That's why you got to surround yourself with a line of defense of people that you can actually speak with, that actually celebrate your wins, not demoralize you because your business went up by $1 million. So why would you want to create your perfect day and then submit it for others to see? Because that's how it's done. That's how it's always going to be done. And there's only two ways that you can do it. You can do it through the love of the thing or the pain of the thing. Right now, the collective consciousness has agreed that pain is the only way that we can learn. And I'm here to implore you, please use love, because it goes faster and it's a lot smoother and it feels better. What am I saying about love? Even if that person is not in your life right now, you're looking at them as a point of contact to get rich from. I'm looking at a point of connection so that way I create coherence of energy that confluence into the ethers, the universe, God, whatever you subscribe to return to me exactly what I request or push into or press into it. Just like reading the book, Science of Getting Rich. You have to press your calm, focused intent that has been implanted, that you believe. It goes so far past belief when you actually create it, because you're co-creating it. That's what it actually is talking about. So from a 50,000 foot version, of course, we'll dive deeper into this if this resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, it will, because you're going to go, well, how in the world did he get 38 Crown Ambassadors and I'm still trying to figure out how to go diamond? I already agreed that you was a diamond. I was asking you which color, so that way you could create your perfect day. Which day doesn't matter. Do you know that if you're living in bliss, time doesn't exist? Everything is happening right now. It's infinite potential. So the moment that you choose to collapse any of those infinite potentials or quantum packets into a coherent implementation of intent, which is actually going to serve you or harm you, either way, you're going to win. Now you can control the flow of energy. Wherever attention lies is where energy flows to. So when you magnetize the thing or supercharge it with your intent or the explanation of this, and you write it as, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a black diamond. Today I'm going to do blah, 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 and I'm going to be hanging with this person. I'm going to jet set to Paris, and when I get to Paris, I'm going to get a Gucci, and I'm going. You have to have fun with it, just like it's a done deal. Not like, oh my God, it's a pipe dream, and if it works, great. No, it's already happened. You're writing a journal entry like it's, you done close out your first day as a black diamond. How do you feel? What was the high points? What was your low points? What could you have done better? The reason why you want to do it that way is so when you actually use the app that we got coming out and create your perfect day, world, etc., because it's all relative, now what happens is you discharge that energy into a specific social media atmosphere that's designed to be conducive to support your pieces to your puzzle, and therefore you will attract those people that resonate, keyword resonate with you. So there is no effort on your part to create anything, because now, what about if I say, did you know that you can have dinner with the #1 money earner on Wednesday night, and then Monday or on Thursday at noontime be in Memphis, 1,000 miles away, having lunch with another cool guy at Benihana's? Why? Because I chose to. That's why. And you can too. I mean, and that's how, why would I do that? Because from this point to that point, just me being in Henderson, and I didn't even know about this John, I can't even pronounce his last name, which is sad. I don't really know anything about him, but he seems like a cool guy. I've already met 4 people that came to me and said, I don't know what you're doing, but is there any way I can give you my phone number, because I'm looking at doing this? Cool, great, I'll let you know. Did I go and ask them for that information? Paul knows this. I told him, I was like, dude, check this out. I've just got hit up by some people. I mean, why would the Department of Defense contact me? Because I wrote it into my perfect day. Why would the commander of Space Force be in communication with me? Because I wrote it down in my perfect day and I let it go as it was a done deal. Why am I creating a next level app that the world has yet to ever see anything like this? Because I put it down on paper, made a video and a recording of it, and I put it out there. Now, guess what? It's all coming about exactly the way I wrote down. And here's what trips up a lot of people, is they expecting it to go right now. Well, that's a spontaneous miracle, and there's a hard thing for humans to do, is to get their body, mind, and soul to be in congruency. That's why we have to borrow other people's energy systems. Imagine a person's mind like a sending and transmitting center. You've all read in the good book where it says God's looking to and fro the planet for a heart that's after his. I definitely implore you, since I already agreed with you that you're a diamond, and I haven't charged you, I've forgiven the debt of the $25,000. You adopt that as it is so, and now I'm asking you, what color diamond? Now that you're answering that, you literally are thinking, well, do I like blue or do I like black? Well, maybe I like royal. Shoot, royal sounds good because I'm magnificent. At that point, you're now using your imagination, which starts the engine of creation. What does that look like to you? Because not every black diamond is the exact same as yours. And what you're doing is you're calling forth and giving the universe permission to literally make your story a reality. Literally giving it permission. How do you do that? You put it out there and then you follow the next step. Here's the weird part about quantum that everybody gets tripped up on. They're still trying to go, well, it's the 30, 60, 90-day goal. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to stay broke, and how's that working for you? What quantum is when you say, I am wealth, the next intuitive thought that comes to you, and it's not even intuitive, it's like a flash. You'll get this idea of pick up a piece of trash. Pick up the trash, because it's not going to give you step by steps. The steps will be unveiled to you as you proceed down the path. But first, you have to identify said path. So what is the path? There's 5 areas that you should concentrate on: health, wealth, spirituality, your thinking, and your relationships. Which one of those areas are the most concerning to you at this moment? That's the one that you want to create your perfect day around, because that's where your attention's been screwing you up this whole time. The other 3 or 4 are working perfectly, but that one area has got you blocked so freaking badly that you're still going, well, one day I'm going to be diamond. One day I'm going to do this. No, one day was yesterday. What I'm saying is that's the area that you create your perfection or your perfect day around. And from that, once you heal, you write the perfect story around your money, it starts amplifying the other 4 areas. Now you've got an actual story that people want to read, not, hey, you want to try my coffee? Oh, come on, man, try my coffee. It's really good. Who cares? Starbucks is good too, but they ain't sending you a check. That's how you create money out of air. You have to generate the idea of what the wealth looks like to you, because if you're working for money, you got your just reward. True wealth comes from ideas created from experiences of the thing that you are curious about. If you're curious to figure out how to unblock your money area, why you're an introvert, you see what I'm saying? Once you understand that there's one of those 5 areas that's blocked off, the other 4 have got it masked over, and you spend 90% of your energy trying to make excuses and lying to yourself about the one that's got you all screwed up. I just gave you a key to how to unlock that, and when you unlock that, it makes the rest of it blossom. Therefore, you have your perfect day. Now, when you share it with other people, I'm going to read the story and go, holy crap, I didn't know you could have steak and eggs for breakfast. I mean, I did, but you see what I'm getting at. That person's going to go, well, dang, Paulie, I never thought of it that way. Is there any way that we could, what about this? See, now you're collaborating about the right stuff. Are you talking about products? No. That comes as a byproduct of you knowing exactly what it looks like to you before it gets here. Therefore, you attract exactly the people that makes you feel the best, the happiest, the most lucrative. Not those, man, I can't believe that's that John guy again. Oh, good Lord. He's probably wanting to do another dumb 3-way. Oh, let's go get on another training call and try to stay awake while we're surfing Facebook. You know what I'm talking about. Or do you want to live a life of it just absolute explosion and going, wow, as soon as I get off of here, I get to go next door and go and have a sit down with a guy that's making $6 million a year just to see what he's doing. And not in this business. What are you doing today? What are you going to do when you leave here? You want to go for a nature walk? Are we talking about business? Nope. Because that is low-level forms of communication. That means I'm desperate to get your attention. Desperation always causes lack and more of it. When you have intention of explanation of who you are, what you are, and why you are, the how shows up to make you look exactly what you just said each and every time. But before we get into this, I know I was rambling on. Instead of just listening to me talk about this stuff, I would, if it's okay with you, Paulie, I would like to share some proof just so that way people understand that I'm not just talking outside of my head. I literally weighed 338 pounds. But here's what I did. I used the power of my mind and exactly what I just told you guys about writing down. And today I weigh 138 pounds. But I've got a picture that shows 161. That was me. Yeah, that's 338 pounds. And then this was me training high-level, super salespeople like Jeremy Miners, the Darren Sawkels, the Jason Howells, the Dr. Fran Clarks, the Justin Clarks, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, and I'm not saying that to brag or boast. Please don't look at it that way. But this is me. I was 161 pounds, and then I had a video that I was trying to get over to Paulie, but we ran out of time. And I'm 46 years old, and every muscle in my body is showing up. And I didn't even realize that at 46, I have an 8-pack now. You know, that nice little cut over that goes down into the groin there since we're adults here. I mean, but here's the cool part. I also know what it's like to be homeless. When I was first getting started, I was just like you guys. I wasn't nothing special. I was sleeping outside. I was sleeping in backyards. Why? Because I wanted it so badly. I was living in homeless shelters. I was raised in a children's orphanage. And I'm not saying that to draw on heartstrings. I'm just saying anything is possible. And with the power of what I just shared with you, within 16 days, I was living in a mansion where people were flying in from around the world, just like I said, throwing me $25,000 just to be in my presence, and we never talked about business, ever. I mean, I don't know if I could get this picture of my house up here, but this is what I attracted in less than 16 days, and to this day, I have no idea where the money came from. I mean, I truly don't know where, and I mean, $15,000 a month for this thing, my power bill is $1,800, and fortunately, I was smart enough to say I had a board of executives and an administrative assistant that took care of all of my bills. I mean, you think about it. This is possible. It does happen. It happens with such frequency that we all overlook at it because we're looking for the next to-do. Well, your to-do today is to literally think about, okay, since I'm a diamond and John says I was a diamond, and then we're two or more agree on something, the intention has already been set. So therefore, I'm asking you, what color diamond are you? If you're a blue, great. If you're a black, great. If you see yourself as magnificent and want to be a royal diamond for this exercise, have at it. Let your clutch out. So what does that look like to you? What does an average royal diamond make? Can you do better because of your charismatic personality? Do you have it structured better? Do you know 38 people that want to spend the rest of your life and have a career with you? Hint, career pack. Do you know that you can write in there, I've already attracted 38 $1,200 sales, and man, I can't believe how fast they went diamond. It was amazing. We've been traveling all over the world, and they say, you know, I got 38 freaking Crown Ambassadors, and see how you do it. You're playfully using your imagination. Be as a little child and dictate what it is. The moment that you say it is good, you hit the submit button, and then you share it. Not just with anybody, but we're going to create an environment inside of the app that I'm developing with Polly and several other people, like I said, the DOD and Facebook, to where literally we have a like-minded group of people to where you start attracting those pieces of your puzzle to create your virtual reality, so you can drop the virtual and just say reality. You can literally hold it in your hand. So what's the keys look like to your front door to your mansion? Or do you want a condo or a penthouse? You see, once you get specific, you now know what it looks like. Therefore, it's been pressed upon to the fabric of the universe, and those little itty bitty quantum things start rearranging themselves, and they say, here's your Maserati, here's your Range Rover. I didn't want to go too far with this, but I did that with that too, just to see if it would work in the beginning, and it does. And this time I'm gonna get a purple one, just because Polly's getting a purple Aston Martin. I want a purple Maserati just because. So with that being said, let me tell you with 100% certainty, what I'm sharing with you does work. It sounds like foo-foo. It's too simple because that's the way it is. They'd rather, most people, most uplines, what I've discerned over my almost 30 plus years of doing this stuff, is they like to give you busy work. You know why? Because they are so in busy mode to get to the next person to keep their super inflated bullshit commissions going, that they won't show you the actual truth so they can have longevity, passive residual income. I'm sharing it with you free of charge, and I don't even know who you guys are, but I know that you're family, and that's all that matters to me. Back to you, Polly.